Hey y'all, and welcome to Monter's Market, and welcome to my Valentine's Day Crafts playlist. This playlist today is being hosted by Sammy over at Unicorn Dust Designs, and there is going to be, I want to say around 10 creators, so you're talking about 30 to 40 different Valentine's DIYs for inspiration for you. Let's get into my first DIY. I am going to make this cute little crate faux book stack. I happened to find one of the older crates, the bigger ones. You know, now they're so stinking tiny, can't hardly do anything with them. And I'm going to take some antique wax. Now, generally, when you take antique wax and put it on wood, you take a wet paper towel or a baby wipe or something and wipe it back off, or you can actually even apply it with the baby wipe and then you don't have to wipe it back off again. But this time I wanted it a little bit darker, so I did not wipe it off after I painted it on. I just put it on and let it dry that way. And you can still see the wood grain through it, just not as much. And then I took this adorable little Hugs and Kisses transfer that I got from Chalk Couture, and I will have this transfer listed in the description box down below, along with the link to where you can purchase it if you would like to. And there are a ton of Valentine's things right now, and it'll all be down in the link. But anyway, I'm just putting on here Hugs and Kisses, and as part of this little transfer, it had this cute tiny little heart, and I put one and I was like, man, that's cute, but I don't want to stop at one. Now I did get a little bit of paint right there on it, but I tried to wipe it off as best I could. But anyway, I just took that same little transfer and kept putting these little hearts all over until I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and I thought it was just too stinking cute. And then on the top, I put an X and an O, and then you'll see a little Cupid arrow down at the bottom. And y'all, I know you probably get sick of seeing me use Chalk Couture, but watch this. Dude, it's never, like, I never get tired of watching that. I love the reveal every single time. Watch, here we go again. See, how can you not love that? Anyway, you guys know I'm totally into this rustic farmhouse stuff right now, and traditionally Valentine's Day is red and pink and white and all of that good stuff, right? Well, I wanted it to match my decor, so I wanted to keep it with the rustic farmhouse, neutral, natural, whatever you want to call it, colors. So that's what my whole video, except for my last one, is going to be. So right now what I'm doing, I just put a little piece of a ribbon on there, and now I'm just making a little finger bow, and I'm going to add a tiny bit of greenery, and I'm totally into these little tassels. Now, I don't know if you've watched me before. If you have never seen my channel before, welcome. My name is Brenda, but my sweet grandbabies call me Monter. I'm so glad you found me, and I hope you'll come back. But anyway, I've been making these little tassels for about a month now in different videos, and I thought this video would be perfect to add some of these cute little beaded tassels on all of my creations that I'm doing today. Well, 3 of them anyway. And in my opinion, it's what sets each little DIY off. Look at that. Look how stinking cute that is. The box alone is adorable, but in my opinion, those little beads right there just make it pop. Like, I love these beads. Love the way it turned out. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this little faux book stack. And look at that, how cute. Man, I love me some Chalk Couture, y'all. Love me some Chalk Couture. Oh, I did put a half bead in the middle of that. For DIY number 2, I found this is us sign. I love that saying. Love that saying, but look how ugly this sign was, y'all. I don't have anything blue in my house. Nothing. When I was younger, I had all kind of blue stuff, but I don't now. And that was actually a nice little wood piece right there, the This Is Us. It was just a raw wood piece. So I just took my little scraper, went up under it, and it came off, thankfully, without breaking. And I knew I could take that sign and flip it over. And I was going to try to take that antique wax and paint this frame, but it had sort of like this real slick film on it, and it just wasn't taken. It was not raw wood. It looked like it was, but it wasn't. And it was not taking the stain at all. So I kept trying. I would let it dry. I'd come back an hour or two later, paint a little bit more on, let it dry, come back. Anyway, I kept trying that, and it just was not. I couldn't get any coverage. But it was looking real rustic and real farmhousey, and I thought, you know what, I kind of like the way that's going. So what I ended up doing is just taking some of my white chalk paint and sort of adding it along in there. Oh, I did take that and paint This Is Us to darken it up some. But anyway, this was like my third try trying to darken that frame up some. But anyway, I was like, well, let me just get some of this white and sort of dry brush some white on it and distress it down and sort of just make it a little more rustic. And that's when I fell in love with it. Like, that's when I was like, yes, yes, yes. I love the frame. I love the way the paint job turned out. And like, I couldn't have been more happy. So once I got the paint or the frame painted, I took that insert, flipped it over, and painted the front and the back. I wanted the back painted just in case anybody happened to see it. Like if I decided to stand it up instead of, hang it up. But anyway, I'm using the blue on the back, and I'm using that beautiful flat surface right there that was the back on the front now. All I'm going to do is paint it white. Once it dries, I'm going to hot glue that This Is Us on it, and you will not believe the way it just pops off of that white. It is beautiful. I think I did 2 coats, if I'm not mistaken, of the white Waverly chalk paint. I'm about 90% sure I did. Anyway, now I'm just going to put it back in. I'm going to flip it over and add my This Is Us. Look at the difference from the way it looked before and the way it looks now. I stinking love the way it looks now. But that's cute, but it needed something else. So I went ahead and made a couple more little tassels, or, beaded tassels. I'm calling them beaded tassels. I don't know what else to call them. So if you know what they're officially called, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, so I'm going to hang them on there, and I'm going to do the same thing I did a minute ago. I'm going to make me a little finger bow and add to it, and I'm going to put right in the middle of that bow a little half bead. Now, the half bead is raw wood, and I didn't want to do anything to it. I wanted to leave it as raw wood, and I think it just turns out so stinking cute. But this is me just making a little finger bow. Finger bow is when you take yarn or whatever you're using, twine, and you just wrap it around your fingers like 8, 9, 10 times, and then you tie a little piece around the middle, and that's it. That's all there is to it. But look how cute that sign's turning out, y'all. Add that little half bead, and it is done. And I freaking love it. Look how stinking cute that is. It's so rustic, so farmhouse, so me. Like so me. I love, love, love it. Now those little wooden hearts right there, I got from, where did I get those from? I want to say maybe Michael's on clearance for like just maybe $1 or $2 a piece. They're these little chunky wood hearts that are carved out, and they're beautiful. But look how pretty that sign looks as opposed to what it looked like before. Now this is not necessarily Valentine's-y, right? But it was so stinking cute, and I love it. Look at how much bigger it is than the other birdhouses that Dollar Tree has. I mean, it is like twice the size, more than twice the size. So I'm going to take the same antique wax, and I'm going to paint the whole body of the little birdhouse. And then once I get the body painted, I'm going to paint the top and the bottom with the white, and then the white chalk paint. And then once I do that, I'm going to take my brush that still has some white chalk paint on it, And I'm just going to sort of brush over the front where that design is and sort of bring it back to life a little bit, because when I put that antique wax on there, it darkened it up so much that you really couldn't even see what it was after that. And I had bought these little fairy lights to put inside of it, but the doggone things needed a teeny tiny little screwdriver to get it open to put the batteries in, and I don't have a teeny tiny little screwdriver. So that kind of ruined what I wanted to do with it. But anyway, I think it still turned out cute. Now, I finished this off the same way I did my other two DIYs that I made before this, by doing the two little beaded tassels and the little finger bow. Now, this is where I'm taking that leftover on my brush and just sort of going around the edges right here. And it just brings that little design right back to life. Look at it. I love it. I'm so into these birds, y'all. I don't know what it is about birds that, like a bird silhouette. Not a bird, but a bird silhouette. I love a bird silhouette. And when spring gets here, I'm going to have birds every freaking where in my house. I love them. I've got so many birds from Chalk Couture, so many transfers from Chalk Couture, and so many ideas for these birds. And this little house, birdhouse right here is going to go perfect with that. And you can use it all year long. And that's what I like about most of these that I did today. It's something that you can keep out all year long. And that little "This Is Us" sign, as soon as Valentine's Day is over, that's going to go on a shelf above my bed, or maybe on one of my dressers in my room. But I'm definitely keeping that. It's definitely going in my bedroom because it matches my decor in there perfectly. So I may also keep that little kisses and hugs all year round in my bedroom too, because I mean, that's what we do in there, right? And sleep. Yes, after 31 years, we still do that. But anyway, I am adding everything that I added to the other ones to the little top of this little birdhouse. And look at how cute this turned out. I love it. I think it's so romantic. And had I had the little lights inside of it, it would have just been perfect. Perfect to set on like a little night table or something where you're having a little romantic dinner. And oh, I just love it. I love it. I think it's cute and I think it's romantic, but other people might be like, it's a freaking birdhouse. Come on, Brenda. But I loved it, and I thought it matched the other two pieces wonderfully. Now, this last DIY, oh, this is just kind of like a picture of the ones that all match, because the last one don't match at all. But it was too stinking cute to leave out. I almost didn't put it in the video, but I love it. So I'm taking these little bowls from the Dollar Tree. You get two of them for $1.25, and one of the candlesticks from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to take them apart because I only need one of them. And I'm going to make a little candy dish. These candlesticks here can be used for anything. So many things. Now, you can buy these candlesticks online. You have to buy a case of them. But if you're like me, you'll use a case of them. Like I've gone through probably 3 cases of them myself. But I'm going to take my white Waverly chalk paint, and I'm going to paint over the whole entire thing. Look how cute it is just being painted white. I could have done that and stopped right there and loved it by throwing some candy in it. But I wanted to use the same little transfer from Chalk Couture along with another one. It's called Valentine Minis from last year. I haven't really looked to see if you can still get those same minis from this year or not. But I'll look and see, and if you can, I will definitely link it in the description box below. But anyway, as I paint the whole entire thing white, I knew I wanted to do some traditional pinks and reds, but I didn't want it like in your face pink and red, if that makes any sense. So I found these little cute transfers and added it to my little candy dish. I don't know why I'm showing you so much of the paint job here. Why I thought you needed to see me paint that much of it. But look at that cute little transfer. It is adorable. It's got some striped X's and O's and some little polka dotted X's and O's. And the polka dotted ones are the ones that I put on my little faux box. So here I'm just trying to decide where I want this. And you can't, you know, because it kind of tapered down, you couldn't just put it on and chalk. I had to do the middle and then move it to straighten it up, do the kisses, and then go back and do the hugs. Or you could do the hugs and then the kisses or whatever, but that's the way I chose to do it. But you definitely had to move it around to keep it straight. So anyway, I'm doing the hugs and the kisses, and then this one is this one is the one that came from the Valentine minis from last year. So I'm just doing my little hearts pink that are in the back of the truck. Then I'm going to do the tires black, and then I'm going to do the little truck red, and then I do the little lines on the bottom. I don't even know what those lines are supposed to be, but I go back in and do those black. But anyway, watch whenever I'm done and look at the reveal. It's so amazing. I love it. I'm telling y'all, I never get tired of it. You need to buy you some so you can do it and never get tired of it too. Watch this. Here you go. Watch. Bam. I don't know why I didn't slow that down for you to see better. Anyway, I'm taking this red and white baker's twine and I'm going right around where it's joined together. And that was strictly to give it color because it was just, I don't know, it just needed a little bit more color. And I put my candy in it that I was like, well, you know what? I want to do the little porcelain look to it by taking the black and going around the edges and make it look like a little porcelain piece. And I'm not real good at that design, but I think this turned out kind of cute. I mean, it kind of looked porcelain-ish. Either way, whether it looks like a piece of porcelain or not, I love the way it turned out. And for $2.50, you cannot beat it. And it's a good little size piece. I mean, it's not a tiny little piece. It's a decent size piece. I probably could have put 2 whole packs of those Hershey Kisses in there and still had room for more. Probably about 2.5 bags of Hershey Kisses is what it would have took to fill it up. But I took some random leftover Hershey Kisses and some chocolate from Christmas, and then a bag of the Valentine's Hershey Kisses and put on top of it. And now that right there, look at the bottom. I really messed that bottom up. So I said, nope, I am not even going with that because that is just downright ugly. So I took my white paint, went right back over it and hid all that mess. Then I took my heat gun and I finished drying it. And then once I finished drying it, I went back in with a little bit more black and touched it up. And I can't remember if I went around the whole bottom or not. But anyway, I didn't get as crazy with the black as I did a minute ago because that just, it was horrible. It was ugly. It looked very juvenile and it was a mess. But now I'm going to add my candy back in and look at how cute this stinking thing turned out, y'all. Is that not the sweetest little candy dish for Valentine's Day? I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I just think it's adorable. Let me know what you think about my little candy dish. Now, I did not add that in as part of my final reveal because it just didn't match my vignette, and I'm OCD and I couldn't do it. I could not add it to it, y'all. But here's my final reveal of my original 3 pieces that I done. So let me know what you think about these, all 4 of them actually, down in the comment section below. Do you like this little This Is Us sign as much as I do? I love it. I just love it. I love the rusticness of it. I just think it's adorable. And those little beads to me are just so stinking cute. Now again, I know the little birdhouse is going to set some of y'all off because it's not necessarily romantical. But yes, that's a word in our house, romantical. But anyway, I still think it's cute. I still think it went with my theme. And I love it. But which one of these was your favorite? Which one of the 4? Not just these 3, but which one of the 4? It's hard for me between the This Is Us and this little box right here. I want to say this one's my favorite one, but I love the This Is Us wording. Like, I love that. So let me know, do y'all like these little beaded tassels? Do you think they add a lot to it? Like, in my opinion, it's what tops it off. It's what makes it all stand out. I love them. But anyway, I want to say thank you to Sammy for allowing me to be a part of this playlist. Don't forget to go down and click on the playlist link below and go watch everybody else's video, and you'll get a ton of Valentine inspiration. Y'all know I'm going to get tongue-tied. Anyway, if you are talking to me right now on the live, you know I love you girls. And I can't wait for our chats all the time. Thank you for being here. I just love y'all. If you're watching the replay, drop me a little heart down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about my video. As always, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Be blessed. Bye now.